Hello and welcome to this week's University English video. This week we'll be talking about food and cooking. Wonderful. Guys, are you hungry? I'm hungry when I look at that picture. That looks to me like an American Thanksgiving dinner, which is the American Chuseok. That's about what we eat. First, as usual, we'll go over the vocabulary. As we do so, I, as usual, encourage you to not only listen, but repeat when I read it out loud. Nutrient, flavor, appetizer. The emphasis here is heavily on the A, right? Appetizer. Savor, palate, cuisine. The S here has a Z sound, right? Cuisine, cuisine, cuisine. Appetizing, condiment, bland, and gourmet food. Notice here the T is silent. Gourmet, gourmet. Like, may I have another drink? Gourmet, gourmet food. Now, I will read the definitions to you. And as always, I encourage you to repeat what I say out loud. If not, repeat it in your head. Let's start. Nutrient, substance providing nourishment. Flavor, distinctive taste and aroma. Appetizer, small dish stimulating appetite. Savor, enjoy taste or smell with pleasure. Palate, sense of taste, roof of the mouth. Cuisine, cuisine, style or method of cooking. Appetizing, tempting and delicious. Condiment, adds flavor to food. For example, ketchup or mustard. Bland, lacks strong flavor, tasteless. Gourmet food, high quality and expensive food. Expensive. And here's some more vocabulary. Recipe. And notice the P here is anything but silent. The E is not silent. Recipe. Ingredients. Agree gets the emphasis here. Ingredients. Simmer. Boil. Roast. Roast. Grill. Bake. Bake. Deep fry. Marinate. Chop. And here are the definitions. Recipe. Did you get the B at the end? Okay. Recipe. Recipe. Cooking instructions for a dish. Ingredients. Substances used in making a dish. Simmer. Cook gently in liquid over low heat. Boil. Cook in hot water or liquid at boiling point. Roast. Cook, especially meat, in an oven. Grill. Cook over an open flame or heat source. Bake. Cook by surrounding with dry heat in an oven. Deep fry. Cooking by submerging food in hot oil until crispy. Marinate. Soak food in seasoned liquid before cooking. Chop. Cut food into small pieces with a sharp tool. Now, I'll use the vocabulary words in some sentences. Again, please do listen and repeat. Nutrient. Fruits and vegetables are rich in nutrients. Flavor. The flavor of the soup was exquisite. Appetizer. We ordered an appetizer before the main course. Savor. Take your time to savor the taste of the dish. Palate. His palate is sensitive to different spices. Cuisine. Italian cuisine is known for its pasta dishes. Appetizing. The appetizing aroma filled the kitchen. Condiment. Ketchup is a common condiment for burgers. Bland. The soup was bland, lacking in seasoning. Gourmet food. Gourmet food is often prepared with exquisite ingredients. Recipe. Follow the recipe for a perfect cake. Ingredients. Buy fresh ingredients from the market. Simmer. Let the soup simmer for an hour. Boil. Boil the pasta until it's al dente. Roast. They roasted a turkey for Thanksgiving. Grill. We will grill vegetables for dinner. Bake. She bakes fresh bread every morning. Deep fry. I like to deep fry chicken for dinner. Marinate. Marinate the chicken in herbs and spices. Chop. He will chop the vegetables for the salad. And we'll start off our grammar portion this week with quantifiers. Definition. First, I'll read the definition. Quantifiers are words or phrases used to express the quantity or amount of something. They provide information about the number, frequency, or extent of a noun in a sentence. So quantifiers, how much, right? The amount. An amount and quantity is about the same meaning, so I'll replace quantity with amount here, maybe to make it easier to understand. Types of quantifiers: quantifiers that describe large amounts, quantifiers that describe small amounts, quantifiers that describe indefinite amounts, and quantifiers that describe definite amounts. So now we'll look at quantifiers for large quantities, and many is used with countable nouns, and much is used with uncountable nouns. And that's just what it sounds like. Countable, can you count it? Uncountable, you can't count it, right? So can you count water? There's 1 water, 2 waters, 3. You can count bottles of water, right? So water itself is uncountable. You would use much. There's much water. And Bottles of water, that's countable, right? So it's many bottles of water. And a lot of is used with both countable and uncountable nouns. So many plus countables, much plus uncountables, right? There are many ATMs. There's so many, it's hard to count, but we can count ATMs. There is much money. You can count dollars, but money as a concept, no. There are a lot of plus countable. There are a lot of ATMs. A lot of can also be used with uncountable. There's a lot of money. When we want to emphasize a really big quantity, we can also add so in front of many or much. For example, there are so many people in the bank, right? That's countable, many. I had so much fun at the concert last night. Uncountable. You cannot count fun, but if you add so much, there was a lot of fun. And here are quantifiers for small quantities, small amounts. A few is used with countable nouns, a little is used with uncountable nouns, and a bit is used with uncountable nouns, but it's a bit more informal. Okay, so let's look at countables, few. There are a few people in the bank, right? There are a few people in the bank. Again, we can count people. Uncountable, we say a little. There's a little juice left in the refrigerator. How many juice? We can't say. We can say how many bottles, but juice, there's just a little juice left in the fridge, right? There is very little time left. Now I'll give you some more rules on quantities. This can get confusing, so I wouldn't worry too much about it because it's better to talk quickly and have people understand than to struggle and be nervous. Okay, but let's look at the rules anyhow. Some is used in affirmative statements, positive statements, yes, agreements. Any is used in negative or interrogative statements. Negative, no, rejecting statements. So, an example of affirmative sentences. There is some milk. She ate some chips. Examples of negative sentences. There isn't any milk. She didn't eat any chips. And here are some interrogative question sentences. Is there any milk? Did she eat any chips? Okay, and let's look below. There is an exception to this rule. When we make requests and offers, we usually use some instead of any. Here are some examples. Can I have some water, please? Would you like some chocolates? Now we'll look at quantifiers for definite quantities. All, both, every, and each. All refers to the entire quantity or every element of a group. Example, all the students passed the exam. Everybody, all of them, without exception. Both. Both indicates the entirety of two elements of a pair. Example, both books are on the shelf. There's no exception. There's not one on the table. Both books are on the shelf. Next, every refers to each individual item in a group. For example, every student must attend the meeting. And lastly, each, similar to every, indicating individual items within a group. For example, each member of the team has a role. Right? It's similar to every because it includes everybody, but each is indicating each separate individual person. So each member of the team has a role. Now on to numbers. Numbers are important. Do you know why? Money, gagyuk. Numbers are an essential part of language and are used to express quantity, measure, rank, time, and various other concepts. Numbers can be categorized into cardinal, ordinal, and fractional. We'll look at all three. Cardinal numbers are used to express the quantity or number of an item in a group. Those are normal numbers. Ordinal numbers are used to indicate the order or rank of items in a sequence. So, sosu, right? And we'll look at examples. Fractional numbers are used to express a part of a whole or divide something into equal parts. Here are your cardinal numbers: 0, 1, 2, 3, 10, 100. These are normal numbers. There's 1,000. Now, we would say 10,000, whereas you guys would say man. So it gets a little bit confusing, but please do know the difference between 100 and 1,000, 1 million, and 1 billion. Then ordinal numbers, susu. And these are wonderful if you want to practice them. They're wonderful to use in diaries, right? First, I woke up. Second, I brushed my teeth. Third, I ate breakfast. Fourth, 10th, 20th, 100th. And do notice that we have first and second and third. Those are special, right? First, ST. Second, ND. Third, RD. But fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, those are just TH, 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 right? Then we come back around to 20th and then 21st, 22nd, 23rd. And now we're going to go back to the TH, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, like that. And lastly, let's look at fractional numbers, bunsu. And here are some examples. Please repeat these after me. 1/2, 1/4, 3/5, 2/3, 7/8. Now we'll do the reading. As always, I encourage you to repeat after me, and this will help you get a better score in the quiz because it will help you to understand. Let's begin. In the charming town of Sungwon, very charming, lived a gifted chef named Hana. One day, she stumbled upon an ancient recipe book inspiring her culinary adventure. Eager to experiment, Hana gathered fresh ingredients from the market: plump tomatoes, aromatic basil, and tender chicken breasts. Following the recipe, Hana started to simmer a rich tomato sauce, filling the kitchen with a delightful aroma. While the sauce simmered, she roasted the chicken with exotic spices and grilled vibrant vegetables. To accompany the meal, Hana baked a crusty baguette and prepared a refreshing salad, chopping crispy lettuce and ripe tomatoes. As evening fell, Hana's friends gathered, savoring every bite of her culinary masterpiece. Hana's passion for cooking transformed ordinary ingredients into an extraordinary feast. Her kitchen became a haven of creativity, leaving a legacy of delightful flavors and culinary magic in the hearts of Sungwon's residents. Okay, let's look at this reading comprehension exercise, reading understanding exercise. What did Hana find that inspired her culinary adventure in the town of Sungwon? Was it A, new restaurant menu, B, an ancient recipe book, or C, a cooking competition trophy? Next question. What did Hana use to make her tomato sauce more flavorful? Did she use sugar, B, exotic spices, or C, vinegar? And lastly, what did Hana's friends do as they enjoyed her culinary masterpiece? A, complained about the taste, B, savored every bite, or C, ignored the food? Now let's look at the correct answers and check your understanding. So, first one, what did Hannah find that inspired her culinary adventure? That's right, it was B, an ancient recipe book. Next one, what did Hannah use to make her tomato sauce more flavorful? That's right, it was B, exotic spices. And lastly, what did Hannah's friends do as they enjoyed her culinary masterpiece? They savored every bite. Mmm. Wonderful. Well, guys, I hope you listened and repeated. I hope your pronunciation got just a little bit better. I hope you learned these words. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next class.